I have a question and I need your honest opinions. What would you do if you book a ride? The driver arrives and he has begun the trip. And while you're on the trip, driving to your destination, of course, he sees his family on the way, a wife and two children. And he says, I want to pick them up. They are my family. Are you going to be okay with that? Are you going to be okay with him picking his family up while on the trip with you? Okay, let's say you're okay with it. You are seated in front. Are you going to move to the back seat for the wife to sit in front while you sit behind with the children? Or you will remain seated in front while his wife and children sit behind? What would you do? Hmm? What would you do? I want to know.
I saw this video and I want to respond to it. First of all, before your emotions start to kick in, ask yourself this question. Where did both instruct passengers to sit in a vehicle? Are you supposed to sit in front by the side of the driver, or you are supposed to sit at the back for extra safety? I know that there are a lot of people that feel sitting in front is some sort of humility, or better still, that's the most honorable place to stay. Well, this is not a case of honor or humility, it's about safety. There are several videos that have shown why it is important to take the back seat whenever you book a taxi. So that shouldn't be emphasized. You shouldn't be found sitting in front of a taxi driver, in front of a car with a taxi driver. You should be at the back, at the passenger seat, just adjacent to the driver's seat. Then, talking about a taxi driver stopping by to pick his family, you won't do that. I'm sorry. You choose one. It's either you end the ride, it's either you stop the ride and pick your family, or you go with me to where I'm going to, regardless of the situation. Yes, it may be an emergency. So when it's an emergency, you should be ready to sacrifice your pay. You should be ready to make sacrifices because what was family for in the first place. You should be able to sacrifice for your family. So remember, don't let your emotions kick in randomly. Use your sense in this case. As a passenger, you should be sitting at the back seat. So even if you are benevolent enough to let the driver carry his family, remember, this is where both said you should sit at the back, adjacent the driver's seat. Then if you don't want the driver to carry his family, or better say if the driver insists on carrying his family, come down from the vehicle gingerly, book another ride and go without paying the driver. No qualms.